Okay, so it looks like we're diving into AI today, and more specifically, you're interested in how the playing field might be changing.
Right.
So we're going to break down two of the biggest players, uh, OpenAI, which is kind of the superstar right now, and DeepSeek, which is well, they're really trying to shake things up, especially in China and Asia. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, what's really interesting here is how these two companies are approaching AI development in really different ways. And, that could have huge implications for the future of the technology.
Yeah, for sure. So let's start with OpenAI. I mean, they seem to be like everywhere.
Yeah.
What's behind all the hype?
Well, OpenAI has made some big, big strides with their AI models. You've probably heard of GPT-4. It's what powers ChatGPT.
Right.
And then you have DALL-E, which can, create these incredibly realistic images just from text descriptions.
It's really amazing.
Yeah, and let's not forget Whisper for audio transcription and Codex for code generation. They've they've really brought these powerful AI capabilities to a lot of people through apps that are easy to use and integrations with tools like Microsoft Copilot.
Okay. So they've got the big names and they've got the big partnerships, but you mentioned different approaches. So what makes OpenAI's approach unique?
Well, OpenAI has kind of taken a more closed approach to its development.
Okay.
So they emphasize responsible AI, but they keep pretty tight control over who can access their models. And this means that, they can really carefully choose the data and manage the training process to try to prevent, risks, but it also limits outside scrutiny and collaboration.
So when you say they're concerned about responsible AI, how does a closed system do that?
So OpenAI's thinking is that by controlling who can access their models, they can prevent some misuse, like generating harmful content or spreading misinformation. But this approach, it does raise some questions like who gets to decide what's responsible, right?
Right.
And does it stifle innovation outside of their control? It's this, trade-off between safety and open collaboration.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So where does DeepSeek fit into all of this? They're the challenger.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. DeepSeek is based in China and has a strong focus on local language processing
Okay.
and regional AI advancements, which makes them a big player in Asia. But what really sets them apart is their commitment to open source development. They're releasing open weight models that, researchers and developers can freely access and modify.
Okay, now that's a pretty big difference. I mean, DeepSeek is all about transparency, while OpenAI prefers a more controlled environment.
Yeah.
Um, so wouldn't that make DeepSeek's technology more vulnerable to misuse?
Well, yeah, that's a valid concern. Open access does mean there's more potential for misuse, but it also means that a larger community can identify and address those issues together.
Right.
Think of it like an open forum where lots of different perspectives contribute to finding solutions.
Right.
DeepSeek's belief is that this open approach will lead to more robust and innovative AI development in the long run.
Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see how this difference in approach could really shake things up.
Yeah.
What does this whole open source versus closed debate mean for, the average person who's using AI?
Well, DeepSeek's approach could lead to a wider range of AI applications that are, tailored to specific needs and regions.
Okay.
So imagine, smaller companies or research groups using these open models to create AI tools specifically for example, healthcare in rural communities or education in developing countries. It opens up a world of possibilities that might be outside of what one big company can imagine.
Wow, that's an exciting prospect. But isn't OpenAI still the one to beat in terms of capabilities?
Yeah, for now, yes. OpenAI's models they're incredibly advanced. I mean, for example, DLE isn't just creating images from text. It's showing an understanding of concepts and relationships.
Right.
And this could revolutionize things like product design or scientific visualization. But DeepSeek is catching up fast, especially in areas like multimodal AI, which, it combines different types of data like text and images and sounds
Okay.
to create even more sophisticated AI systems.
So we've got OpenAI, the powerhouse with cutting-edge technology and a pretty tight grip on the reins, and DeepSeek, the agile challenger that's betting on open collaboration and focusing on specific regions. So what's the big takeaway here?
Well, the big takeaway is that the AI landscape is far from settled.
Right.
DeepSeek's open source approach and focus on regional needs could really lead to a more diverse and inclusive AI landscape. So imagine a world where AI development isn't dominated by just a few big players, but thrives on a global network of contributors, each bringing their own unique perspectives and expertise.
Almost like a philosophical debate, isn't it? Control versus collaboration, global reach versus regional adaptation.
Mm,
It's gonna be fascinating to see how this all plays out.
absolutely. And here's a thought. What if this competition leads to a kind of hybrid model where responsible development and open collaboration can coexist? What would that mean for the future of AI? It's a really interesting question to think about as we watch this all unfold.
Yeah, definitely. And that's it for today's deep dive. Thanks for listening.